with me.
Yeah. I also have to recapture it.
Yeah.
This came out for the 30th anniversary of Sonic, the same year as Sonic 06.
Uh-huh.
So, but it's for the Game Boy Advance, which is a far more powerful console, and
I
should be
mean,
able
I
to
would
play,
say it's more powerful than the Game.com.
It should be able to play a game from 1991. With
Yeah, you
relative,
would think, right?
With good sound emulation and
Well, I mean, right out the gate, that's pretty good. Yeah,
it's a quality Sega right there.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes it is. Yeah, and an interesting turn of events, it managed to somehow capture the game load up screen, but not the actual like game. There we go. So this entire thing is gonna sound like it was put through a fucking like fart sound effect.
Well, that's fine with me because I like some good fart synth. Yeah. I think the farts were one of the best things about the Sega Genesis, honestly.
Even worse than that, it sounds like something coming out of like a. Okay, there we go. Little sound balancing there. This sounds like it was put through like a fucking like. Have you ever played the Elvira games?
No.
Like, or Waxworks.
But I mean,
like,
I know what they are. I actually kind of would like to play them one day.
I would actually be down for playing Waxworks.
But yeah. Waxworks has always interested me because Waxworks seem to be like really fucking violent.
It is probably one of the most violent like death animations in any game, and it's actually a pretty cool game too. But it had definitely a very early 90s fart chip sound effect of like the and every song in this game is gonna
sound a little farty.
Sound a little like that.
That's fine. That's not a detriment to me. That's an upgrade.
So we have a lot of the sound's coming through for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are a lot of games tonight that are bad. I think this is the worst.
Really?
Yep. Because again, Gamecom came out in 97. Gamecom was a fucking handheld.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of expect Gamecom to be shitty because it's doing things that it wasn't meant to do.
Also, right. It was a game programmed by one Tiger Electronics guy with Sega assets.
So standards are already kind of low.
This was released the same year as. Hold on, I'm pulling up the list. GBA games, 2006. I'm seeing what this was. This was released alongside motherfucking 3.
Well, I mean, if you stack anything up against Mother 3, that's not going to be much of a fair fight.
Yeah, but just in terms of like what else was coming out on the console at the same time. And this can't oh my god, this I own this game. I returned this game in 3 days after buying it. Cuz I like a Sonic game. I would like a portable version of Sonic 1.
Sorry, Tom, I'm not really seeing the problem here.
I mean, the zoom in.
Well, yeah, the zoom in is bad. I will give it that, but that's like a problem with a lot of handhelds at the time. I mean, I'm not saying it forgives it, but it's not that bad.
Nah, this is at a time when the NES, look, I can barely see where the fuck I'm supposed to be able to see the next platform I'm landing on.
I mean, I will agree that there's no reason that Sonic has to take up a 1/9 of the screen. But, even so, that's not terrible. That's not game-breaking.
That platform appeared out of nowhere. So of everything that's ever been made in a Sonic game, you would expect that they would get at least the fucking momentum right, and they don't. And this is something that, like, you'll kind of get a little bit of an idea of in later stages, but, like, momentum is conserved in a very not good way. You could actually see it a little bit, like, at the start there, but, like, if you build up speed and clip into a wall, your forward momentum will still be conserved, so that if you jump straight up, you'll still move to the right, or in my case, what I just showed there, the left.
So, kind of like Bubsy physics.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's... Something like that is hard to communicate visually, I understand.
But also, like, I can't even be like, well, okay, it's an arcade, like, emulation issue, or like a, you know, this was at the same time that they had the fucking, this is at a time when the NES Classics came out, and they were emulating Legend of Zelda, Mario Brothers, Castlevania on the GBA, one-to-one perfect. And this, like, I'm gonna see if I can show an example here of this, like, okay. So I'm gonna try and run at this and then, like, jump at the angle of it, and, like, you can kind of see there how it, like, clipped for a second and then, like, shot me forward way faster than it should have.
Yeah, I do see a little bit of a slingshot thing happening.
The effect isn't as pronounced in a place like Green Hill, which is, you know, the easiest stage.
I did kind of notice that you killed that enemy without really being close to it.
Yep.
I am seeing a little bit of floaty jumping.
Like, you're probably thinking like me, like when this game came out, like, oh, it looks like a cool port. I don't mind it. I don't mind a little bit of zoom in that much. But then when you, like, in other stages, like, especially when we get to, like, Spring Yard Zone, oh my god. Yeah, like, okay, did you see that, like, weird conservation of momentum shit there?
A little bit, yeah.
It's really hard to, like, show when you're not playing it, so, like...
I mean, if you... Well, I mean, we've been friends for years.
Yeah.
Right? So, if you were to tell me, this Sonic doesn't feel right, I can't describe it, but this Sonic doesn't feel like a Sonic should feel, I would be like, okay. That's, you know, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand it, but I trust you. I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy that Sonic.
Like,
I'd be
Sonic
like, you know,
1
Tom said that this Sonic is a little weird, so I don't think I'm gonna buy this Sonic from you.
Sonic 1 is arguably my favorite Sonic game. I really like Sonic 1, and this is the shittiest port of it. Oh yeah, also Slowdown?
Yeah, was that Slowdown? Is that just the emulator, or
no, that's the game itself. And the only part of the game that doesn't have Slowdown is the special stages.
And it seems like it would make more sense if that was a part that had Slowdown, unless rotation is just easier to do in games. Although I do kind of like the harmonica rendition of the special stage here.
Yeah.
It's like, gives you kind of like a farmhouse kind of feel.
And
like,
again,
you know, peaceful farmer on the, you know, oh, hey, Bessie. Time for your milking, Bessie.
Again, the zoom in is just real nasty on the special stages, because you can't see shit you're supposed to see. Oh, this was Lucy, Sonic Team, like, that's also the other reason why I give this one shit. We saw the big Sonic Team program, like, Sonic Team fucking did this game, like, there is no excuse, except at the same time...
if this is the official team, that is kind of lackluster.
This was at a time, and this was... The biggest problem with Sonic stuff at the time was that the philosophy was shit them out. Get these games out, like, quality is secondary. So, quite literally, like, this was the same year Sonic 06 came out. Anyone who knows the history of Sonic 06 knows that, like, the biggest problem with it was half the team fucking quit or got fired.
Well, there were all kind of weird shit going on, like where Sega was fighting internally with itself.
Yep. Also, like, Sega was fighting internally with itself, and there was such a demand to get this game out for holiday season and the anniversary because they tied it as being like the big.
Yeah. Like, the entire reason that it came out as shitty as it was, and it's kind of a miracle it works at all, is because it had to come out at that date. There was no ifs, ands, or buts.
Look what the last 3 fucking seconds did.
Wait, what did it do?
I, like, clipped the edge of that platform, and Sonic just kind of flew all over the fucking place. If anyone wants to clip that.
Well, you know, if I clipped a platform, I'd probably feel the same way.
Look, even both of these platforms aren't even on the screen at the same time.
Okay, wait, hang on. I like this. I kind of like this.
Look at the slowdown!
But the music.
Alright, it's definitely one of the better, like, music.
I know it's an acquired taste. I mean, yeah, the slowdown is kind of unforgivable for a game that's supposed to be fast. Like, Sonic is all about going fast. To my understanding, I could be wrong.
Listen to those fucking... That wasn't an explosion, that was a duck.
Well, the duck was laughing.
Yeah, literally, that's what happened. Is for the from 2005 onwards, for the next 5 years, they just kind of said, shit the game out. Like, get it out. Just get it out for the holiday season. Rush it out. And that's really what led to a lot of the problems with stuff like... Sonic 06, Sonic and the Black Knight,
Again, I'm getting kind of a Western feel from this.
Yeah, the Shadow and the Gun game, Sonic Boom, which, oh my god. Great show! Terrible game.
Yeah, the show seems to be decent. It's like kind of a reimagining, you know? Kind of like the way Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was.
Yeah. Listen, it gave us big himbo Knuckles, and I'm okay with that.
Meme!
Knuckles the feminist.
Yeah. And that's... I feel like they've done Knuckles dirty for a bit in the past, because he, like, in media besides the games, he was always, like, the big, dumb, stupid guy, right?
He also was subject to the most penderification of anyone.
Oh, right. Oh, right. I kind of forgot all about that. Yeah, the whole Ken Bender... Oh my god. I just imagined, like, Bender... from Futurama, Ken Benders.
He would draw a better Knuckles. So I know I've said this a couple of times on stream too, so forgive me for people who have been watching all the streams this week. But a friend of mine on a Discord was showing off some of their plushes, and one of which was a green Sonic the Hedgehog in a oh my god, the slowdown is so fucking bad. A green Sonic the Hedgehog in a leather jacket and, like, scars and tattoos. And I'm like, oh, cool. She's like, this is my Scourge the Hedgehog plush. And I respond, oh, neat. Is that like a Sonic OC? And they're like, no, it's an official character. And I'm like, that looks like every single Sonic OC I've ever seen in my life. And they're like, no, it's from the comic. And I'm like, hold on 1 second. And I go and I look it up, Ken Pender's design. And I'm like, okay, that bat didn't fucking touch me.
Well, the game says otherwise, Tom.
The game can barely move 2 frames a fucking second now.
Well, you know what? Neither can I. I relate. What year did you say this came out?
2006. Same year. This came out within a month of Mother 3.
So, when was the year that Sonic games started appearing on Nintendo consoles?
Probably would have been maybe a year or two earlier than this. I want to say Advance was the
Yeah.
first ones that really got it.
Yeah, so I imagine that when this came out, people were still riding the high of, like, wow, can you believe this? This is Sonic on a Nintendo console. That's like, that felt like a hidden taboo or something for people.
Again, like, I bought this game. I bought it purely on the merit of, I want to be able to play the original Sonic, one of my favorite games of all time, on my Game Boy Advance. Because this is a game I come back to all the time. And I'm like, I would enjoy having this, and I returned it within 2 days. I gave it an honest to God chance. What the fuck is going on there? You're not supposed to be here. It teleported a caterpillar.
I mean, that's pretty impressive, right?
It teleported a caterpillar and got rid of the fire. Oh, fire! The lava doesn't suffer from slowdown.
Yeah, I'm noticing what may be some hitbox issues.
How do you perfect blast processing in 1991 and not put it in a console that's as powerful as the fucking PlayStation?
Well, you see, Tom, the Game Boy is from Nintendo, and as everyone knows, Nintendo is for babies. So when Sega decided to give Nintendo a break and be like, okay, since you're doing so bad and we beat your ass so hard in console wars, we'll let you have a Sonic game.
I mean,
and they didn't realize that, you know, they knew that they were going in, okay, this is a baby console for babies, but they didn't realize how bad it was, and they were like, oh shit, Sonic won't be as cool on this console because it's for babies. Does that make sense?
I mean, I guess I should have seen it coming. I mean, it is true Nintendo don't.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the Nintendo didn't because the Nintendo couldn't. So, you know, the Sega tried to get Nintendo to turn them into Nintendo, but they couldn't in this case.
See, Rich, I know that there's a finite sprite limit, but at the same time, like, they were able to get a bunch of NES classics on this console without problems. They were able to do the special stages without problems.
Maybe the special stages had a different dev team.
I'm actually considering it. Yeah, it's you know, prior, but like,
I think that you may be too emotionally invested in the trauma that this particular game gave you, because I can see, I don't think this is a terrible game. I think it has problems.
I paid $45 fucking dollars for this on launch.
Well, how much were Game Boy games around that time? That's like a comparable Game Boy price.
50.
Like maybe, yeah. So, I don't know. I guess I'm just feeling more charitable than you are. I probably would have enjoyed this even with the slowdown. Like, I do like Sonic, you know.
The
Sonic
slowdown-
1 isn't my favorite, Sonic 2 is my favorite, but
Again,
I think I probably would have been fine with this.
The screen, it's a combination of the slowdown and the zoom in, like, are both like...
I guess maybe for me, I grew up playing the Game Gear games. Like, I played them a lot. And even though they weren't very good, I still kind of enjoyed them. I'd usually always die to the Ant Lion boss.
So did I, but like also at the same time, I also know that was like a different dev team. You know, it was still a Sonic team, but like also at that time. Okay, like look, I'm not holding any button right now, and it's gonna launch me to the right.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's a thing where I would just have to experience the physics for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think
it's a neat concept. And the concept is the reason why I bought it. Sonic 1 on portable.
Okay, so here's my argument, okay? My argument for why Sonic on the Gamecom was worse. The Gamecom, the whole experience there, would have made everything overall worse. Because with the Game Boy Advance, you had a good console with a lot of good games on it, and one shitty game that you were disappointed in. With the Gamecom, you had a shitty console, you had nothing but shitty games, and the Gamecom was probably more expensive than the Game Boy and the games.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I was in both of those situations, I'd be more pissed and angry with the Gamecom.
In this part, I'm supposed to be able to see both of the things above me. I'm supposed to have a view up there. And instead it has me here. So if I'm just jumping and running right, I'm fucking dead.
I mean, yeah, that's a valid counter argument. Sorry, I didn't expect to get political tonight.
See, I bought this saying to myself, there's no way that they could fuck up, like, the core tenets of what makes a good Sonic game. Being that it's literally a port of... It's not even like... Alright, it's like, you know, a Game Boy port of Sonic 1. They literally called it Sonic 1 Genesis. So you would just expect it to be like a serviceable port of Sonic 1. With the Gamecom, if I'm looking at the Gamecom, I at least know this isn't a Sega handheld. This is a Sega licensed game. It's probably not going to be that good.
Yeah, maybe it's just something about the Nintendo console's hardware that just made it impossible for them to do a
they just cheaped out on they cheaped out on recreating it, and they ran into issues, and instead of debugging it and troubleshooting it, they just said, no, fuck it, we'll sell it anyway. And yeah, Rich is saying in chat that, like, people have made not shitty ports of it. And this one was purely a cash cow.
I see. Well, I think you mean a cash grab.
Yeah.
A cash cow means it was wildly successful.
I realize my misspeak.
Although if you grabbed the cash cow and made away with it, then you have...
I think what I intended to say was they intended for it to be a cash cow. But it was actually a cash grab.
Yeah. It was more like a cash sheep. Got a question for you, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
In Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door, what does the gold bar item do?
I actually wondered that myself, because I haven't gotten one.
Like, I know that it's a way to trade a large number of coins in for gold and like a way of storage, but I don't remember how much gold is there. And the reason that I ask is because I've been grinding up piantas in the background. And I have enough to buy what looks like 3 bars of gold for 600 piantas.
It is looking, written in chat is saying that it sells for 300 coins, pretty much.
Okay.
Something
Not
that
sure. Yeah.
it's a little less useful in the Switch remake because money doesn't have a cap.
Right.
Or rather, the cap for it is 9,999 versus the OG's
Versus the old 99, right?
999, I think was the original one.
909, yeah.
So if you were, say, if you want to, say, buy a couple of big items in a row, you would kind of hold on to gold bars and sell them as needed.
Right. So they have gold bars in the Pianta Parlor, and you can just buy them. So it's kind of like you're just spending Piantas to buy coins.
Pretty much.
Which I don't know if I need to do that, but there's nothing else in the shop right now that kind of looks, you know... Sorry, I didn't mean to bring Mario into the Sonic area.
You can also apparently cook them into mushrooms.
Why would I cook a gold bar into mushrooms?
To see what you could do?
That sounds...
normal-ass mushroom, not even like a...
Huh. I wonder if there's anything that you can make with the gold bar that's, like, super special, though. Because it'd be like those burgers that the rich people eat that has, like, the gold flakes.
Oh, God. I hate the most useless thing to put in any kind of food. The edible gold leaf. But the antioxidant effects.
Yeah, I've just been doing this so I can prepare for early Pit of 100 trials.
I am, I just got to the first stop in, Chapter 6.
Okay, so you're probably... Well, no, you're farther along than I am, I think.
Ooh.
I've never understood what that painting in the background was. Like, it looks like a frowny face.
So this is actually something interesting we can talk about. The level, progression in Sonic is actually different from what was initially intended. If you want to see how Sonic 1 was initially set to, like, what the initial level progression of this game was. Hold on. Okay. If you go to the special select, or the stage select, in Sonic 1, you can actually see what the initial levels, like, it was set to kind of start in Green Hill Zone, which was, you know, was the most kind of prosperous and, you know, normal, environmentally sound world, and it was actually supposed to progressively get worse and worse the further you got along. So it was initially going to be Green Hill Zone Labyrinth, Marble Hill, or Spring Hill, or Spring Yard, Starlight, and Scrap Brain. So as, like, you progress further and further, the world got more and more robotic. But the problem was the Labyrinth Zone is so fucking tough that, they're like, people will quit at stage.
They reshuffled it.
Too. Yeah, so they shuffled it around. This...
Okay, I don't care for this one.
This sucks. I know I talked before about, like, the music where, like, every other note is eliminated. This is literally that.
Yeah, I like the bass line here, but not much else. Oh. And this is from somebody who didn't particularly care for Spring Yard anyway, from the start.
This is when I quit, by the way. This is literally when I went back to GameStop and returned it.
Well, the music probably, you know, you were already annoyed, and then the music for this stage goes, okay,
I was pissed, but I'm like, you know what? I try not to be negative, and I try to be positive, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's just the early couple of levels, and then I got to here, and I'm like, oh my god, this is almost slowed down the entire, like, the slowdown is so terrible, and the music is, like, unforgivably bad. And I looked it up later to see what the other levels were like, and the, spoilers, Labyrinth Zone, because it counts every single, like, part of being underwater as a separate sprite, is even worse than this in terms of slowdown.
Okay, so gold bars sell for 100 each. So 3 gold bars are 300, which I thought I was getting 900 actually, but that's okay. I've still got some Piantas. I hate that thing.
Its smug aura annoys me.
I hate it. I hate its concept. I hate its look. I hate how it works. No, I can't even pretend to like this.
And then out of nowhere, it'll, like, randomly speed up.
Yeah, I see that. I actually saw that time. Oh, that is some big slowdown, actually.
Yeah. Because every single one of these is a different fucking sprite.
Yeah.
Couldn't see the spring. And then also, out of nowhere, speed up.
Are you gonna beat this one?
I'm gonna try and at least take us to Starlight.
Okay. See what that sounds like.
Yeah. I have to hear my favorite Sonic track be obliterated. Oh yeah, and apparently if you don't hit the ring, Sonic will just run to the right, so you don't get a second shot at it.
Huh. I always like the shapes in the background here on the Sonic special stages.
Agreed. Oh,
Like
that
they
is
changed
actually
from-
the only other glitch, or the other weird thing is that, because of the speed up on the special stages, if you touch like the change color to eliminate them thing, they go by particularly fast.
Oh, yeah.
So normally
So
that
it's
one
like
is
you
supposed to
clip
take
through.
like, yeah, normally that one is supposed to take like, you know, a pass around before you're able to do that. Instead, you could just fucking shoot your way right to it like I did. Sure would have been helpful to see if the crab was fucking there.
Well, you should have expected a crab to be there. Like, you've got to get into Robotnik's head if you want to beat the stage. Like, where would he put that crab? He'd put it in an inconvenient spot right there.
Put him in a crab restaurant. Eat the little motherfucker.
I don't care for crab. Like, I don't care for seafood in general.
See, that's where we differ, because I fucking love...
Like, I had a bad experience with crab, and I think it spoiled me for it.
Fair. I'm the same way, literally, when it comes to tomatoes. I can't do raw tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. Like,
But,
we bought, like, canned crab meat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
no.
And I think we got one that was, like, partially opened or something. Because I remember opening it and it, like, smelling bad and there were, like, bugs in it or something.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And it was, like, it just really grossed me out.
So I know I've told this story a couple times as well, but, like, when I was young, my family grew tomatoes and strawberries out in our backyard. And me at, like, 5 went out and back and picked what I thought was a strawberry and ate it.
Uh-huh.
And found out
Was
later
it actually a small tomato?
it was a very rancid tomato.
Ooh.
So I ended up getting I vomited. It was the most I ever threw up, and it changed my life forever.
Like, did you spit it out or did you, like, eat it?
No, I ate it because I put the entire thing in my fucking mouth like a strawberry, and like I don't actually remember if I like swallowed it or not, but I know I got at least 3 chews in.
Like, if you tasted a rancid tomato and it was not what you were expecting from a strawberry, you probably spit it out.
I just remember being like confused and like thinking like something's off on this, but like to this day I don't know why, but like I didn't like immediately spit it out and try, like, because it's also one of those things where like even if it's when your mind is expecting something, it'll put flavor there even if it's not there. So it probably didn't.
I wish I
taste,
could do that.
But yeah, so like I just in my mind I'm like, this tastes like a weird strawberry is probably what my mind thought, even if it was like a fucking rancid tomato.
Yeah. That's a funny tasting strawberry. Oh well.
Like, I did end up spitting it out, but, like, I still got really, like, I still got sick from it, like.
Mm-hmm.
I was fine with tofu. Yeah, I was also stupid, too. Like, I was a dumb kid. Let's see. I was fine with tofu until my freshman year of college when I got a plate full of General Chow's chicken from one cafeteria. Except I missed the sign that it was chicken, not tofu, so I put it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Honestly, yeah, texture issues, like, I have always kind of, like, wondered, at times I'm like, I've always wondered, like, if when I was younger, I had to get tests and whatnot for, like, if I was on the spectrum or anything like that, and they came out negative.
Mm-hmm.
But because of my age, I have similar issues with texture, like, or, like, having stuff on my hands, like, finger painting is, like, the worst thing in the world for me. I hate the feeling of, like, something on my hands like that. So, like, I wondered growing up if I got, like, misdiagnosed or something. But I actually, it's funny, I got tested when I was in kindergarten for that, because I was the kind of kid that, like, I grew up around adults. I didn't have a lot of kids my age until, like, I actually went to school. And as a result, I wasn't afraid of adults. So, like, when my teacher would be like, I also knew how to, like, write young. Thank you, Sesame Street. So when my teacher in kindergarten would be like, write the letter A 50 times, I would be like, why? I know how to write the letter A, so I just wouldn't fucking do it. So my kindergarten teacher thought I was, like, either on the spectrum or disabled or something like that.
But you were really just bored.
Yeah, I was just bored. Like, we went and got tested, and the doctor was like, nah, your son's actually, like, gifted. Like, he should be in honors classes and whatnot. That teacher was a bitch anyway. But yeah, so, like, when my teacher would be like, Tom, stand in line alphabetically, I would be like, why? I want to stand with my friends and talk to them. So I just, like, ignored a whole bunch of rules and shit.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't like that.
She was not a good teacher. That was nowhere fucking near me.
I like how the bubble sounds kind of like a Yoshi.
Oh god. Like, normally the water levels are already kind of slow to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
But the slowdown, my god. Hold on, is it just me, or is, like, are the faces in the walls here kind of almost identical to the ones on the painting in Marble Zone?
No, they're different.
They're close.
Like, these ones look like birds. And then the other one looked like I don't really know what. Oh, that one in the back looks like a pig.
Yeah, there's a pig one there.
Yeah.
Ooh, ooh. Fuck that guy, Lucy. It's funny because that kindergarten teacher ended up leaving our school for a little bit. Oh, that sucked. And she came. Wow, it doesn't even, like, restart the music. It just, like, hey, fuck you.
Keep going.
That teacher came back as a substitute, years later. And at the time, I had actually just gotten into my high school on a scholarship. Pretty damn good, prep high school. So, in 8th grade, she's asking us all, like, oh, where are you all going? And, the girls in her class were saying, like, oh, I'm going to this high school, I'm going to this high school. And she'd be like, oh, see, I knew you were all smart, I knew you I knew you could do it. I knew you'd grow up to, you know, be something. When it gets to me, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Fordham Prep. And she's like, oh, is one of your parents like a teacher there or something? And I'm like, no, I got there on my own merit with a scholarship. Thank you very much. I didn't even try and fucking hide my disdain. Yeah,
I love it when
bitch.
people assume shit about you.
Oh, that's not gonna be fun.
You know, I will give the port credit. In the original, that would have just fucking killed you.
I'll give it that.
I'm pretty sure in the original, that would have just fucking killed you.
Yeah, getting crushed was a one-hit KO.
Yeah. I didn't really care for this stage either.
No, this is like one of the worst ones. I like its theme, and I like the idea of it, but it kind of...
Hey, would you like to go slow? Would you just like to go slow in a Sonic game?
I can see why they would not want to put this as a second stage. Yet for some reason, everything goes slow except for that thing. That one fucking spinner is instead lightning fast. Oh, see, no, in for me it was we had a different school for some people actually went to even different schools for like the first half of grade school and the second half. But I was Catholic elementary school, Catholic high, and Jesuit high school and college.
Mm-hmm.
So I know some people who were in the same school, basically kindergarten through high school. But
that must be weird.
Yeah. Oh, see, knowing those spikes there would have been really fucking...
Oh, it's like a nice surprise. Surprise.
Yeah, let's go surprise. Alright, I think I've hit... No, don't you fucking dare. Oh, actually, that's an interesting way of showing off the conservation momentum thing. Watch when I hit the spike, watch how fast I go flying out the water.
Whoa. Yeah, that is a little weird.
Alright, let's swap it over to, actually, before we swap it over to the last game of the night, let's let's show something off. Let's show, some nice Sonic, some nice advice from our friend Sonic, besides don't play those games. Alright, let me do a screen share. Alright, so these are all SFM, somehow not used in Horny Sense this time, hopefully.
Yeah, their Sonic says is that we're ported to SFM. Ooh, it might be a bit loud. There we go.
We're surrounded, Sonic. Call 911.
No way, Tails. This is nothing. 911 is for real emergencies.
Sonic says don't call the cops.
Well, he's right.
If there's a fire or someone's trying to break into your home or somebody's been hurt, that's when you call 911. One person's dumb joke could be another person's disaster.
I mean, it's completely true.
Yep.
So that one's a 10 out of 10. Relevant advice.
They also don't know how to balance their audio. So the opening sound effects are so much fucking louder.
I
Dumb
see.
computer,
Yeah.
stop beeping!
Hold on, Tails. Learning computers is a little like learning to read. It's tough at first, but once you get it, you've got a world of information right at your fingertips.
Wow, that's cool.
Take your time.
Yeah, I
learning
like
to use
Ray's
a
advice.
computer
Prank the
and ask
cops.
a teacher for help. Because the more you know about computers, the more they can teach you.
Oh, there's some Mean Bean music there.
Oh yeah.
Give me my smokes.
Smoking's bad for you, you know.
No,
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is.
Try it.
So glad I never started smoking.
Whoa, little bro.
I'm glad I quit.
Smoke will make you choke.
It doesn't make
I
me
forgot you used to smoke.
Yeah.
Smoking is
Or actually, you
bad
used to
for
vape.
your health.
I used to smoke, then I used to vape,
So don't be a fool.
and
Smoking
now I
isn't
am,
cool.
aside from the occasional, weed here and there, I stopped smoking basically entirely.
Oh, weed is harmless.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a snack or something.
Yeah. Then you're gonna get eaten.
Yeah. Unless you're a food fight
You box
Gajinka.
liquor is bad for you?
Tails, drink the Henny. Take the Henny to the head.
Oh, I get it. The Henderson.
Only dumb bots drink
Oh my
liquor.
god.
Stay away from liquor, kids. Like all drugs, alcohol is dangerous, and you can get hooked. Just remember.
Drink, you fucking bitch. Sonic says punch an orphan. What are they gonna do? Tell their parents?
There's nothing more cool than being hugged by someone you
Nah,
like.
this is
If
the
someone
famous
tries to
one that
touch you
everyone.
in a
Yeah.
place or in a way that makes
Yeah.
you feel uncomfortable,
That's no good.
It's your body. No one has the right
It's
to
your
touch
booty
you.
hole.
These animations are
So
pretty
what do you
decent,
do?
though.
Yeah.
First, you say no. Then you get out of there. Most important, you gotta tell someone you trust, like your parents, your teacher, a police officer.
Nope, not the police. Cop Knuckles is off screen drinking a mix of Henny and Hypnotic. Knuckles is drinking them Incredible Hulks.
I heard that Hypnotic is like really strong.
Nah, it's actually it's
Sonic,
at the
I wanna
opposite.
stay up and watch
Hypnotic
the
is actually low
late
proof, but it's
show.
sweet.
Okay, but don't blame me if you're too tired to go hiking tomorrow. Rise and shine, little bro.
Time for the hike already? I don't feel so good.
Get the
Time
fuck
for you
out
to
of
get
bed!
some rest. Not getting enough sleep can ruin your whole day.
Don't tell me what to do, Sonic. God damn it.
I'm not sure how I feel about those feet.
They're pretty bad. Yeah, tell the police if you're assaulted because it was probably one of their buddies who did it and they want a high five.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll investigate it and,
Kids, there's
you know.
nothing
Internally.
more cool than being hugged
Yeah,
by someone you
internally.
like. But if
Like, we
someone
saw
else
this one
touches
already,
you
Sonic.
They
in
made
a place
another.
or in a
They
way
made
that
like a
makes
version
you
2
feel
of it.
uncomfortable, That's
Huh.
no good. It's
Well,
your
it is a
body.
little different.
No one has the right to touch you if you don't want them to. So what do? First, you say no. Then you get
First,
out of
you
there.
say
Most important, you
no.
gotta tell someone you trust,
First, you
like your
say
parents, your
no.
teacher, a police officer.
Race you across. Ready? Set.
Wait, did you feel that? There's a train coming.
Come on, you big coward. Go.
I call it a tie. But
I got killed by that train so many times on that map.
Play it safe. Use your head. Don't end up dead.
Hiya, kid. We're friends of Sonic. He's been hurt and needs your help.
I'm Mr.
Sonic's been hurt?
Snrub.
Hold it.
From someplace
You
far
don't even
away.
know these guys. It's not safe to get into a car with strangers.
Uh-oh.
Scratch and grinder? I'm never going anywhere with strangers.
You bet your life, little buddy.
Wait,
Look at all-
Sonic was a cop and got shot. He needs help. What? Sonic is not a cop.
Not. Whoa,
I like
God.
this one.
That look like fun to you? If so,
Yeah.
your brains are scrambled. Believe it or not, every year some ignorant kid takes a ride in a clothes dryer just like this one and ends up getting hurt. It gets pretty hot in there, and those dryer fins can break your bones when they get going. If you think it's smart to climb in a dryer, you're really all wet.
Yeah, so you need to dry off in the dryer.
Yeah, so get in. Wait, another that's no good? I feel like this one kind of got ran into the ground.
Oh, this was an animation. An animation test.
Someone try.
Oh yeah, it's like cell shading.
Yeah.
Yeah, around this time he was like experimenting with cell shaded stuff.
Oh, okay.
It looks
doesn't
pretty
look-
different.
It's not bad.
That's way stale, guys.
I don't know, it is a little bit of a jarring change. I like the old ones
Nothing
better.
like the
Yeah.
fresh smell of the forest to clear out the old gray matter. That's 'cause plants
It does
and
look a
trees
lot
need
more like the
oxygen in their
animated
leaves,
show, though.
and your body needs
Yeah.
oxygen. You can't run without
It looks like some of that
So if you live in
rotoscope
the
stuff.
city, do your lungs a favor.
Yeah.
Plant a tree. Now, if only chili dogs grew on trees.
Sonic wants that glizzy tree.
You could see through the leaves on that.
Yep.
Uh-oh, I think I'm lost. I gotta
Oh.
find a
Also,
phone
you
fast.
can't just plant a tree, you need a
I
permit.
want to call home.
Yeah.
The number? Got it! Thanks, Sonic. Okay, that's area code.
You can't call home unless you know your area code and phone number by heart.
Well, Sonic, you could have just, like, taken it home.
Yeah, you could have saved him. Remember, children, if you're tired of the city, just use the resources. You don't have to just travel to the woods and then get lost.
Oh. This isn't a says, this is just a... I never watched Sadam. I never really watched that.
Had a really good intro. It was actually like a fucking solid show. And had my favorite character right here, Bunny, the
Yeah, I remember liking her because she was, like, half roboticized.
Oh, there's also the Frenchest motherfucker on the
Antoine,
planet.
Yeah. Pretty decent models.
They're pretty good. And also the like most fucking like actual evil villain in Sonic, Snively, who at the end of the show like was teased to be the new Robotnik.
Yeah, like, I know in the comics he, like, betrayed Robotnik because, like,
Yeah.
he had some sort of, like, bio-obliterator and he set it to, like, only kill Robotnik or something.
Yeah. Oh, actually love Rotor, the walrus.
You like him?
I like him. I think he's a cool
Yeah.
design.
Why do you like him?
I like bigger characters. I like that he's like the repairman.
Yeah. Just the
T-posy
adventures of
neck
Sonic
man.
Robotnik.
Alouette, clean alouette, alouette, cleanez-vous today. Je te cleanerai la boute, je te cleanerai la boute, de la boute, not my snoot, bottom two, sacre blue. Alouette, clean alouette.
If Sonic were in a Cute Hedgehog's compilation video. I really like Tails' thing in Sonic Adventure 1.
So cute.
This makes me feel like a rat.
I wonder how many people have bought hedgehogs as pets because of Sonic.
Where does
A
this
fair
end?
amount that I know. At least 3. Hedgehogs are weird creatures in real life. They eat their own
Not
dookie.
cool.
Okay, nope.
I think we're done here.
I think we're done here. Let me see if I can find that Sonic SatAM Snively ending.
Oh, that's Charlie Adler.
Oh, yes.
Finally, let Sonic defeat him. Well, don't celebrate too soon, Hedgehog. Now, it's my turn.
Like, they tease Metal Sonic, they tease
Aww.
Snively
And
being
of course,
the new
none of
robot
that happened, right?
Nope.
That sucks.
Let's see. Scientifically accurate Sonic.
This is like they poop when they run. Right?
Yeah. So this is a series from Fox did a bunch of like animation.
Does that Fox ADHD block still exist?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, what's good, Ray?
Whoops.
Boy, you came in at just the right time.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm 4 decades year old, and I know all about hedgehogs. It's awful, really. I think too many people can't even take care of a hamster, much less a hedgehog. So
yeah, well, I mean, I was assuming that a fair number of people who bought those pet hedgehogs because of Sonic did, wound up not taking care of them.
Oh no, these are the same people that are like, oh wow, I saw a cute video of a raccoon. Let me go ahead and actually own a raccoon.
Oh god. Let me also see if I can find the Real Hedgehog Sonic Generations. My favorite mod. That turned modern Sonic into what I call Real the Hedgehog.
Oh fuck yeah! You know what though? This mod kind of slaps now though.
I love this is my favorite mod. I used this for when we played this on Snark a while back. But it just replaces Sonic with like a realistic depiction of a blue hedgehog.
Yeah. It's cute.
What you need to do is you need to find this mod, but for Sonic 2006, and see what happens when the hedgehog makes out with whatever her fucking name is.
Oh god,
the princess character.
Elise.
Yeah, the princess,
I can't even remember
yeah.
the name of.
Yeah,
I'm ashamed that I know Elise.
I mean, you're the one. I mean, to be totally fair, you played it on an arcade stick and got the attention of Sega. I think you have to know, but like, I think by law now you have to do it.
There is, however, a mod for if we had time today, I was going to look into potentially playing it, but it might be something a more future stream because it's actually supposed to be decent. P06, which is a project that basically redoes almost everything in Sonic 06 and actually makes it good, like a fan project that like just released the new version not too long ago.
I remember when just before Sonic 2006 came out, the Javits Center hosted an event called Digital Life, and it was like their electronics expo that they wanted to take off in New York City. So like it was like the times of home theater PCs. It's like very early 2000s, and Sega was there, and they demoed off Sonic 2006, and like my ex alerted me to the fact that they were demoing it and they wanted players' input on it. I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and throw my plot into this. And she was just like, you looked absolutely disappointed
Yep.
throughout the entire experience. And then when they were like, hey, what do you think? I'm like, can I give the input honestly? They're like, yeah. Like, please do not release this.
Yeah.
I'm like, this game controls bad. Everything about it sounds bad. Like, I don't know. Like, and I asked him, like, is this like a very bare bones prototype? Because then I understand that, like, you can go ahead and get sound direction down pack. You can go ahead and get
Yeah, is this done? Is
yeah,
my
like
question.
is this just like a very early prototype? And they're like, oh no, this game's like about 6 months away from being released. I'm like,
Ooh.
huh. Unfortunate.
I remembered playing the demo for it
yeah.
on Xbox 360, and like it played like shit. And I'm like, I was planning on getting that game until I played the demo, and I'm like, oh no, I can't do an actual full game of this. Like, running fast causes you to fly off the track.
Which Sonic game
that was
was
also
it?
the final year of Digital Life. So yeah.
Which Sonic game was it where they like had a trailer unveiling, or they showed stuff that was supposed to be gameplay, and then like the actual game came out and there was like a huge downgrade in like the graphics and like gameplay and stuff?
I think that was 06. Like the initial unveiling trailer and the release trailer were like night and day different.
Yeah, no, it was everything about that disappointed me. And then like my ex at the time was just like, you did not even like go to reserve. I'm like, why would I reserve it? It's terrible.
Why would I reserve it?